Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 20 of the wonderful Kenshi series. We left off having stolen a bunch of the stone rat stuff. We sort of picked a fight and left, and then caused them all to get beat up by the hound guard. And we are doing a whole lot of micromanagement because we have a lot of people that are away. So we have Green and Stubbs down in Shark. As you can see here, I have added a bit of a mod to show borders and roads. I think that's pretty helpful. And what it won't do is expose buildings that I haven't yet discovered, I don't think. Maybe it does. No, it doesn't. There's still some cities I haven't found. So these guys are waiting out here, hopefully that they can offload their stuff. Looks like Beep and Winwang have come to a halt here. In Dreg. Let's get them moving. There we go. Silvershade is mining. Awesome. Now, Ron mentioned... Ron Vendorp, or I'm sure I'm botching his name, I'm positive of it, mentioned that the prospecting is driven from science, so Silvershade here has a non-existent science skill, which means he couldn't prospect very well when trying to find, a place to mine, which makes total sense. How's our food at the moment? It's okay. Not a lot of food, but we're not going to be starving anytime soon. Chung is... Where is he? Is he at AdMag? Chung's at AdMag. Let's pop into these bars again. I think, actually, one of you all spotted Rain in Squin, and I was just too thick to see her. There's a lot of people to recruit here. Holy moly. Not that I have the money to recruit Rain right now anyway. So that's a different issue. So it is about midnight, and I just have a lot of pieces moving around. These guys are getting out of the Fog Islands danger, and they're getting themselves into Beak Thing danger. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on Beep and Infinite Wing. Looking up online, there was no definitive way to pronounce this name. So Week is, or Week would be the ways that were pointed out to me. Yeah, I really don't know. We're slowly getting some more armor, which is great. Some high quality stuff. Looking at those citizens, let's take a look. Molly is up at 37 smithing, so that's Captain number 2 quality, not bad. And then Shrike is armor is up to high, so they can have. It's possible that she'll even be able to crank out some specialist stuff if she gets lucky. And then we just have a whole lot of indentured servants at the moment. I didn't mean to become a slave master, but that has been, unfortunately, the case. We have Pangu waiting out here to trade. I'm going to need to stockpile a lot of iron plates, fabrics, and building materials for the initial town. Eventually, we'll be able to source a lot of that material locally, but initially, we won't. So we'll need to be able to bring what we need, and then we can... Oh, this is the one with all the iron clubs. Actually, I think for now what I'm going to do is sell off these iron clubs. I'm not quite ready to do a lot of strength training, and I could use the money. So it's just another day of training and grinding. This... Let's see. putting some more skins in here so we can crank out some more leather. What is Shrike working on? Is she not even... Oh, no, she's armor smithing. When she's not doing that, I'd like her to leather for some turtlenecks. Or actually, pants. I think pants are a bit faster. And I think we determined that we were going to have her do drifter boots because we just couldn't find the long plate boots. So we'll do drifter boots first. Get everyone booted up. Looking at the map once again. I think Winwang... Oh yeah, they are safe and sound here. It was, a lot of people did mention in comments that they were ridiculously surprised about how much running I was doing in potentially very dangerous spots. And Beep was with him too, and I was okay. I've been sort of keeping a hawk eye on them, making sure that the moment they were engaged, I would know about it, I could assess it, I could possibly keep them out of danger. Alright, well, they're not good prospectors, but at the very least, they should be able to find the iron that they're standing on. Literally standing on. Okay, let's have them tap that stuff. Beep. Go for the iron. Okay, I had Rhadamant heading to the bar to trade off some of these clubs. This bartender's probably like, what are you doing with all those stupid clubs? I definitely didn't see Rain the Giant in there. Looking at my squad, I just need one more. Kenshi, no Rain. A pacifier, Hot Longs. I could just recruit Hot Longs, but I really want Rain. I'd like Rain and one non-Shek, because Sheks are expensive to feed. Speaking of feeding, I'm going to buy the dried meat in here. And put that in the food bowl for most of it. Then I'm going to send Rhadamant out to where Pengu is, the bowl. And it looks like Shrike is finally queuing up some boots. These boots will be, like I said, they're very fast to craft. They don't take very long compared to the big old armor. So we're going to get a bunch of high-grade drifter boots. They don't have great coverage. Well, they have about as much coverage as the long-plated, if I could find someone with the long-plated. These cover 40%. Standard grade is 1629, and then these are high grade at 1626. So the plated are better, but not by enough that it matters. I mean, it does matter, but I can definitely put on the drifter stuff and not suffer from it, I guess is what I should say. And then additionally, these plated actually slow our run speed down. So in a way, the drifter is better initially for especially these slower moving characters so they don't get caught out in the open and killed by beak things or blood spiders or skin spiders or something else that would want to eat us that moves fast. We have an absolute abundance of iron plates here. We have no room for the item, but hey, you know what? I think we have Pengu here to trade with. Now we're going to need a lot of the iron plates for construction purposes. Let's pop in here and see who's here. You never know. Krupp. Some of these names don't mean anything to me. They're kind of randomized names. Pin. I'm not even sure if there was a unique one in here, I'd know it. These guys are... Okay, Leaf. I'm going to have Rhadamant sit here while Molly... Are you in the base? Yeah, Molly goes and sells off some stuff for more money. Okay, I don't really have any money at the moment, but I can make some, can't I? That I can do. We'll buy a wooden backpack. Now, ideally what I would want to have is everyone to wear a thieves back... Oh my god, don't do this to me. Everyone to wear a thieves backpack, and in their thieves backpack, they have a wooden backpack and a sleeping bag. A wooden backpack in case they need to carry heavy stacks of stuff, and a sleeping bag in case they're wounded. That would be the sort of ideal loadout for everyone to have. Alright, Shrike's back to plate armor. Back over to Rhadamant. Let's buy the rest of those plates. So, switch over to Pingu. Buy a bunch of plates. And building materials. Probably more than I needed, but no regrets. Then Rhadamant and Pingu are going to head back to Squin. Now, I haven't forgotten about Stubbs and Green down here. I'm going to try to offload as much of this stuff as possible. 51 caught stealing? No. Okay. And then Green had some stuff. The fencing chance is pretty low here as well. He can't wear that kind of helmet. Can we switch? I don't think. No, I don't think. Oh, okay. No, Green can wear this kind of helmet. Does it hurt perception? It does not. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, Green, switch helmets with Stubbs. Let's try to find a thief fence or something like that. Oh, they're still fighting. Guess these stone rats weren't done. At the moment, they're not even necessarily aggroed to me. So I'm just going to not mess with them. Twitchy Barthug. It would be too lucky for me to find a fence in here, wouldn't it? Sorghol. Alright. Nope. How fast are these guys now? Let's check. We are way too slow to safely make it through. Oh, actually, Green can carry some more stuff. Green can carry it. So let's switch this around to get Green holding more of the weighted stuff. Stubbs now is still down to 17. It's because his strength is bad. If I check comparatively, 9 to 20. So not perfect. But a backpack might help. Gonna have to fix broken mesh data. Pop into the building. Alright, what do you have for blueprints? Nothing helpful. And the map is not that helpful either. Guess I'm buying the bag. Okay, Green is now weightless. Stubbs, you need to give your heavy armor to Green. Green will switch armor back, because obviously this armor is terrible for crossbows. But it weighs a lot. And in that way, we're trying to min-max it. Now, these random boots, I can always just drop... Oh, we stole this from Blend? I didn't mean to do that. Don't mind stealing from the stone rats, but Blend's a little bit different. Green moves at 21. Stub moves at 19. That might be as good as we get. I can even sell off Stubbs. How bad? No, this is not a bad katana, but sell off his katana. Now he's moving at 20. And I think 20 and 21 is enough. So Green is going to follow. No, Green is going to follow Stubbs, and Stubbs is going to be set to passive and head back to Squin. All right, that looks good. And the miners are keeping the ore flowing. I'm getting the food. Rhadamant with Pengu. Rhadamant's following Pengu, or rather, they're traveling together. They're getting pretty close. They won't be harassed. What do you talk about? Who are you? 100 Guardian? Oh, okay. Just making sure it was not Hungry Bandits. Our community now has a lot of moving parts. I fully recognize that. Where's the dock? The dock is still over here. Hoping that I find Rain the Giant. I could check next door. I can always give up on her and try to recruit her later. Building data is definitely messed up. Okay, Chung was temporarily inside a building. It happens a lot. It doesn't bother me. If it bothers you... Oh, that's definitely Rain. Okay, Rain costs more money than we currently have, though. If bugs here or there bother you, this is definitely not the game for you. I can tell you that much right now. This game does have a lot of bugs, but I do find the game quite endearing. I really, truly do. So it doesn't bother me that there's tons of bugs. I can see how some players that expect AAA title quality would be bothered. But then I would also argue that what is AAA title anymore? Because I've played so many AAA title games lately that are so full of bugs, it's embarrassing and it makes me cringe. So, yeah, I would say that, it could be a little bit more bug-free, but this was a very, very ambitious project taken on by a really small studio, and they, I would say, do a pretty wonderful job of it, of doing their best here. So Rhadamant, I want to be training on that box as long as his lockpicking is still under 20, and it is. And then Pengu is going to put some of these iron plates, not all of them, but some of these iron plates back into the box up here so that we can continue crafting with them. I wanted to hold on to some of them. And I'm going to hold on to probably the rest of the stuff on Pengu. 25 iron plates should be enough to get iron plate construction going in the new town. And as I said, we will manage to get better clubs to sell later. We'll just keep cranking them out. So for now, I'm going to sell off the somewhat crummy ones we have just for cost, just for money. And stockpiling those fabrics. I'll even give Pengu this stuff. Now the reason to stockpile fabrics and building materials is that is required for a bed. So when I move, I fully expect to get attacked often. I'm going to get messed with. It's actually by design. I'd like to get messed with. So glad that I noticed we stopped. So because we're going to get messed with, I need beds to be able to recover. Because we're going to constantly be wounded and whatnot. I think at this point, I'm going to take Heft. And Heft is going to not have a job. She's going to be a little errand runner. But I'm going to have her rendezvous with Molly first, because I want her to have Molly's backpacks. Heft is probably not that hefty, though. Yeah, her strength is pretty terrible. As is Bard's. Molly's strength might be a little higher. Nope, it's pretty much the same level of garbage. That's alright. So Heft here is going to grab her backpack. And even her hat. Why not? No, Heft looks cool. Maul looks better without the hat anyway. Alright, Miss Heft. What errands? First errand is going to be to go to the armor smith and see if we can't buy armor. Oh, and we have someone targeting... Uh-oh. Blood spiders are no good. As long as we're in deep water, I don't think they can touch us. But we're definitely... I'm going to have to micromanage them. If we're in deep water, they are too low to touch us. Because they walk in water, they don't swim. So checking their speed, their run speed is not that high. I should be able to outrun them here. As long as I'm careful. Yeah, as you can see, I'm definitely outrunning them. I'm glad I noticed, though, because those guys were just sitting in a pool of water. Not moving. Okay, again, Green, you're going to follow Stubbs. I think Green actually leveled up his movement speed. Stubbs, head to Squin. Nope, all the way to Squin. Alright, he needs a little bit of light help here. He's having some trouble pathing. It's okay. Happens to the best of us. We get lost. Imagine living in a land where you don't have GPS and almost everything you come across tries to eat you. Okay, what is your deal now? There we go. Now they're moving. Stubbs is being stubborn. Part of his crazy persona. Okay, that's fine. I'll have to micromanage them a little bit more than I was intending. If I could see where I'm going. Let's see if it's possible just to have them queue up to run here. Nope, he keeps going back to aimless, his goal. Meaning he's not able to find pathing there. So I'll sort of have to incrementally walk him out of the swamp. And now, actually, before I forget, we did get enough money for Rain, so let's recruit her. She moves slow. She's probably... Okay, that's a little bit better. Doc, follow Rain. Rain, come back to Squin. This run's not as dangerous. There's not a lot out in this jungle that can do us harm. I'd have them stick around to the armor smith, but obviously there's not going to be... Well, I don't really have any money anymore. Alright, Mr. Stubbs. We're out of the woods. Yeah, there's thieving bandits and whatnot, hungry bandits, but they're not going to eat us. Blood spiders and big things consume you. And cannibals, but there's no cannibals in this desert. Just a bunch of hungry bandits who will steal your food. They've mostly been leaving my miners alone because mostly my miners don't have food on them. Alright, so Stubbs and Green are definitely home. Stubbs and Green are gonna have to find some ore. At this point, like, I'm mining, strip mining Squin, which is kind of funny. That was really never my intention, but I have there's some ore. I've become a slumlord of sorts. Having so many, an insane amount of people live out of a teeny little hut, essentially. And Rain's probably not set to passive, so let's get that on. Just while they're running. So now I think almost everyone is here. We've got everyone sort of recruited, and we've got a big group, which is very cool. All right, what quality are we refitted? It's getting better. Oh, someone's getting targeted. Rain is. By probably hungry bandits. Oh, no, by berserkers. And some skin spiders fall on the berserkers. Well, luckily, that's not my problem. We're just going to leave. So my squad size has officially hit 20. Okay, these are nomads. For a second, I was like, oh no, what am I running into? In fact, Rain... Let's talk to the nomads. What do they have? They have some fabrics that I'll buy. Rhadamant is getting attacked for real by whomever we dragged over. Now that everyone's together, we can take them off of passive. We don't need to be pacifists. We're near town, we're near the guards, we're near medical supplies. Chung here is practicing his martial artist's skill. We do, however, need to make sure that our robots are not getting permanently damaged. So that was less than ideal. But a little bit of fighting is probably a good thing. Who are these guys? Oh, berserkers. Wow, they came pretty far into our territory. Surprisingly. But I don't mind the fighting leveling here. We'll just obviously need to heal and yeah. But these guys have some weapons that aren't that sell pretty good. Their pants and the rest of it not so much, but their weapons are can fetch a pretty penny. Rhadamant just picked one up. Hobbs, you are unconscious, so that's probably the reason why you're not looting. Kang, are you chasing someone down? Oh, even the doc is unconscious. Well, he'll be conscious in a second. Oh, no, he won't. Take that back. It's a fragment axe. Alright, so let's loot some of these berserkers. I can't believe they followed us this far. We're going to have a lot of people in recovery comas. Come on, Sad Neil, where are you? Where is Sad Neil? Why is he taking so long to get over here? Oh, because he was fighting. Loot. Nice. Back to jobs. Rain, I'm going to set you up to rescue. She doesn't currently does not have a work. Unfortunately, she is on a bum leg. So that might not, that's not the... Ooh, skin spider's getting kind of close to me, though. Alright, let's grab the talons off the skin spider so they can't harm us. And also set Green to rescue. Put him in a bed. Now, some of these guys have weapons that I want to sell. And they have injuries that I want to splint. Luckily, Rhadamant's a pretty good splinter. That sounded weird. I think you all know what I meant, though. We definitely have ore to sell. Oh, they can't even afford it anymore. Rhadamant buy a splint kit, though. And sell off your standard first aid. Because Rhadamant's also one of our medics. Okay. So Rhadamant gets splinted up. Stop running. Oh, we already splinted him. Wow, that was fast. Who else got big blades? Kang needs meds, but not bad. Voth, Oron, Hobbs, Mew, Crumble, Green. Has a lot of random stuff that we can sell away. Mercenary plate is not bad, but I'm going to sell that too. Oops, I probably should not have sold this. I'm going to sell the bucket too. Okay. Now that we're standing here, let's sell off the iron and the copper. Plenty of money we're rolling in now. Hivers have their own sort of unique clothing. Ooh, specialist grade. Green is a shooter, so I don't need to have him have the best possible armor. And then also, additionally, these helmets aren't great. In fact, he's supposed to have the Drifter's leather armor that I think Wing Wang has. So let's get Wing Wang in here. And we'll start outfitting these guys for combat. So you can go, we'll be back on jobs. Where is Wing Wang? Alright, we will give Wing Wang, who's a good combat, really good armor. Give him his boots back. Give him a hood. His pants are fine. Give him a shirt. He is nice and geared up. And I should change his... I should probably order... I'm not going to do it right now, but I'll eventually order all of the combat people from skill levels. So that the really good fighters are sort of in front. So I know where they are and I know their skill level. I think Hef's helmet would be a good thing for Green to wear. If you can, I'm not even sure. I have to double check. But we're over here looking for plate boots. Okay, just drifter boots or better pants. We actually, for once, have the money to just go ahead and buy this stuff. Plated long boots. I'm going to go with drifter boots for now. The leather shirts I might buy, though. Just to try to get outfitted sooner than later. Yep, okay. Good job, Heft. Being our trader of sorts. Okay, that's good. Let's walk down the line here. So ideally, Rhadamant would have specialist, but I think we just gave it away, and that's okay. So Rhadamant is good for clothing. Good, good, good. Kang needs a shirt, so we'll bring him in. Ruka is good for now. She has a bad shirt. Voth needs a helmet. We don't have one, so... Actually, Voth, just stay wherever you were. Do whatever jobs you were doing. Oron needs some stuff as well. And I'll just go from top to bottom of the list. Rain also. Rain's just laying here, so she's going to be easy to trade with. Give her the specialist grade stuff. Better boots. A proper shirt. Better armor. I'm obviously on the market for helmets. Kang was here for a shirt, I believe. Chung was trying to patch them up. I'm only going to assume. Actually, bring them all back. Rhadamant. I'm going to just choose to go to drifter boots for run speed. For everyone. Helmet, come back. Kane, come back. It's labor intensive and it's taken me a little bit of time, but it's an endeavor worth doing because once everyone has like some okay decent stuff, I'll be able to actually pick some real fights. All right, so Hamit's here. You've got... Some of these boots we'll be able to sell too. So our first 4 people are fully geared. Well, not Ruka yet. Ron is here. Get you boots, not sandals. Pants that are proper. No helmet. And Voth's no helmet too. And no shirt. And Ruka and Voth need to ditch their shirt. So one thing I can do is have Heft go and run errands elsewhere. Alright, so Ruka's all set. Their weapons are probably the worst of what they're wearing. I've said this before a lot, actually. But one of the things I'm going to say and continue to say is the reason they have katanas is katanas are some of the best ways to level up... some of the best ways to level up the dex skill. There's not a lot of other easier ways to level up dexterity, so that's why I am loading them full of dex stuff. Now, Rhadamant has been training on these lockpicking boxes for a while. I'm going to send him over to Hub to do some trading. I'm sure I have some idle pawns here that are just not doing anything. Like Heft, definitely. Green as well, just because the nodes they were mining out here probably got occupied. Just because I have so many dudes out here and dudettes doing jobs here. One thing I could do with Green, because he is a hiver, or hive, is that I can have him, I'll order him to store copper and ore. So he'll do extra running. Basically, he'll run to the nodes, grab it, and then come back. And that will level up his sprinting ability even more so. Rain here, go back to sleep. Anyone that's injured, I'm going to have rest because... Although I'm not going to get it done this episode, next episode is definitely going to be the base building. There's no doubt about it. I am fully ready and loaded, locked and loaded for it. So it's going to be a really high priority for me. One thing I do need, however, is in electrics, I do need these skeleton beds. So 2 engineering research is something I'm going to need to grab from probably the... Black Desert City scrap house. Alright, Heft, I guess you're standing around, make electrical stuff. So people are healing up, and I am well over my half an hour time. Like I said, it's not a hard amount of time that I want an episode, it's just roughly half an hour. I've exceeded that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send Rhadamant over to do a little bit of trading with the only building in Hub. And then I'm going to call it. So if you have any advice for me, I'm all ears all the time. I love the sort of advice I've been getting on this series. I'm going to keep some of the wooden sandals for the purpose of being able to give it to my slowest runners. Buy toothpicks. We're going to need it. In fact, I should be probably... these crossbows are particularly bad. Actually, really bad crossbows wouldn't be terrible because when they're leveling up crossbow, friendly fire will happen. Friendly fire is actually... You have to do friendly fire. It's kind of funny. You have to do friendly fire in order to get better at not doing friendly fire. As little as sense as that makes. So when you're leveling up crossbow, you want to give your crossbowmen a really crappy crossbow so that when they do friendly fire, it doesn't wreck them. Wreck the teammates that you hit. Because if you have a really strong crossbow and you friendly fire, you could, take a limb off or something. So it's actually in my advantage to have really crummy crossbows. And I'm going to be slowly training, maybe for now. Oh, right. The prince can't crossbow. I'll train some of my guys on crossbow. Because crossbow, having a bunch of people with high level crossbows can really take down things like beak things really fast and kind of fun. but that is besides the point. So thank you all for watching. This has been a pleasure. I know you all want more of Kenshi. I just, at the moment, don't have more time to give, given that I have a real-life job. And but hey, if this channel picks up and I get more patrons and I get more time, I could definitely invest more time into this. It's something I would love to do. It would bring me great joy in order to, if I was ever able to do this as my one and only job. That'd be so cool. It'd be a dream. And as I said before, if you have any feedback for me, I'd love to hear it. I am somewhat new to Kenshi. I understand the fundamental game mechanics, but tips and tricks are always welcome. And once again, thank you for watching. Adios.